Welcome students to this last module of competitive advantage course. In this module, we will be discussing about Michael Porter's 5 forces and VRIN model suggested by Bernie. In the 1980s, Professor Michael Porter from the Harvard Business School looked at successful businesses and created a framework for how leaders could think strategically about beating the competition. Porter suggested that companies analyze 5 important criteria, which he called the 5 forces, to gain an understanding for the competitive landscape. Porter identified 5 forces. The first one is threat of new entrants, where he says how easy is it for a new competitor to enter the market and compete with your company. The second force is rivalry among the existing competitors. That explains how many competitors offer a similar product at a similar price. Then the third one is threat of substitute products or services. What is the probability that a customer will switch over to similar product? Then the fourth one is power of buyers. How easy is it for buyers to drive the prices down? That is, whether the buyers can dictate the price so that you will be incurring loss. The last force is the power of suppliers, that is, whether the suppliers of the raw material will increase the price as and when they like. So, these are the 5 forces according to Porter a company is operating. If a company is capable of managing these forces, then it will be easy for them to be successful. Now, I have taken Airbnb and Byju as an example to discuss and explain Porter's 5 forces. The competitive advantages of Airbnb is it has got 4 million listings worldwide and more number of hosts are listed in Airbnb and greater number of guests and greater number of bookings will be done by the guests through Airbnb. And another biggest advantage of Airbnb is they have exotic location. But do you think that Airbnb is not affected by the 5 forces? But if you recall the 5 forces suggested by Porter, you can understand degree of rivalry, to what extent the competition will kill BNB. Airbnb is facing a problem from its competition. And the threat of new entrants, yes, it is always there. New people will come and they can compete to grab the market share. But here the threat of substitute, it is not visible in the near future. Bargaining power of buyers. The success of Airbnb and the profit depends on how many buyers, how many guests are willing to book through Airbnb. So, the bargaining power of the host. So, these are the 3 forces that Airbnb has to maintain or manage to be successful in the market. Coming to Byju's, which has got a dedicated team and the team is able to create a content that makes learning attractive for the students. The competitive advantage of Byju is that it brings together the contextual, theoretical and visual dimension. This brings the product to life and makes the product highly effective. But once again, if you look from the Porter's 5 forces, Byju is facing stiff problem from the degree of competition and the threat of entry of new companies. But as far as the threat of substitutes is concerned, it is not there, but it is totally affected by the bargaining power of the buyers. It is the students who dictate the future of Byju. If Byju is capable of managing these 3 forces, then it will be a leader in the market. Now, let us consider the case of Amazon. The competitive advantage of Amazon is its reliability, low shipment cost, easy to use interface, and moreover they are very strong in logistics and cloud computing. But if you feel like applying Porter's 5 forces model, the one aspect which really threatens is it is the degree of rivalry among the competitors in this market. Amazon is capable of managing the competition and that is why it is dominating in the market by surpassing other competitors. But the remaining forces, the company is capable of easily overpowering it. Barney proposed using a framework called the resource based view. This competitive advantage framework places emphasis on a company's core competencies, the combination of skills and resources that make a company unique compared to the competition. According to him, he maintained that for resources to hold potential as sources of sustainable competitive advantage, they should be valuable, rare, inimitable and non-substitutable, that is VRIN. Barney categorized resources as either being tangible or intangible. Tangible resources such as technology can be bought by other competitors to gain a competitive advantage. Intangible resources such as positive brand recognition, however, cannot be bought and are the main sources of sustainable competitive advantage. Valuable. Does the resources have greater value in terms of cost and benefits than the similar resources in the competing companies? Rare. Is the resources scarce when compared to the relative demand for its use or for its producers? Inimitable. Can the resources be imitated or copied easily? Non-substitutable. How difficult is it to replace the resources with a substitute? To leverage their core competencies, company can start by identifying their key resources and then use the VRIN framework to determine if the resource is robust enough to provide sustainable competitive advantage. To explain the concept of VRIN, I have taken the food delivery segment. You would have seen that Swiggy, Zomato, Uber Eats and Foodpanda are dominating in the market. The competitive advantage of Swiggy is the average delivery time is 37 minutes which is faster than its competitors. The company has got its own fleet of delivery boys. Consumers value the quality, the restaurant and food choices, ease of ordering, price and speedy delivery. It has got a core logistic platform and the company is leveraging on technology. But if you apply the VRIN model, you can see that is it rare? No, you can't say that. Zomato and Uber Eats can easily follow. It is not imitated. Yes, slowly Zomato, Uber Eats, Foodpanda and other companies can also invest and they can give a tough competition to Swiggy. Is it non-substitutable? Who said it is substitutable? But where does Swiggy has got an advantage over other aspects, or is it valuable? Because by the time its competitor reaches to the stage where it is now, Swiggy will be having a big chunk of loyal consumers who always prefer Swiggy. If you take the footwear industry, you can consider Nike, Puma and Adidas. The competitive advantage of Nike is it is capable of identifying the new needs ahead of its competitors, and the company is investing heavily on design and quality. It has also employed a great business strategy and focused on customer services. Customer loyalty is the biggest competitive advantage of Nike. But if you look from the perspective of VRIN, I feel that the are rare, inimitable and non-substitutable are not favorable to Nike. Only the V, that is the valuable, is very favorable. So, to survive in the industry for a longer period and to win over the other brands like Puma and Adidas, the company has to look into other three dimensions. Dear students, and now I am showing you 6 different brands. In the first row you have Maruti Suzuki, Bentley and Toyota. All 3 are from passenger cars. Try to find out the competitive advantage of these 3 brands and you will find fascinating insight so that the success formula of this company can be easily find out. Similarly, you just try to find out the competitive advantage of Amul, Haldirams and Raymond, and if possible try to apply the 5 forces model for Raymond and VRIN model for Amul. You will learn how these companies are very successful and still dominate in the market. Dear students, by this time you would have learned the importance of Porter's 5 forces model and VRIN model, and we have taken the examples of Airbnb, Byju, Amazon, Swiggy and Nike to explain the concepts. Thanks for watching this video and I hope to meet you all at some other course. Till then, happy learning.